All right, man. So let's look at this as if these were two separate emails. Each subject line is trying to say the same thing, but you can't have the beginning of the email lay out the same for both subject lines. So here's what I mean. So gift to you, world's most underrated survival tool. You're gonna go into this and just say, today I want to give you the world's most underrated survival tool, 100% free. It is the emergency sleeping bag, and then you would go on to say something about the sleeping bag and what makes it so good, and then you could talk about, chances are you thought food and water are the most important things for survival, but it really is staying safe from the elements because more people die from exposure to the elements than anything else. And here's why we're giving it to you for free. Then the other one, number one underrated survival tool, yours free today, you would want to start off exposing the nature of it being underrated. So instead of talking all about the free part, because you would want to introduce that later, because this idea is presented later in the subject line, you would say, chances are you thought food and water were the biggest priority in a survival situation, or the most, I wouldn't even say priority because you're talking about tools. So you want to have these be tools. So you would say something like, if you thought that food and water, emergency food and water, are the most important survival tools, you're dead wrong. And here's why. The more people die from exposure to the elements than anything else during a disaster. And if you don't have a way to protect yourself, then blah, 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 blah. Right? So, and I would even say something along, I would go back up and say, if you thought food and water were the number one survival tools for a crisis, you're dead wrong. Truth is, there's a way more underrated survival tool that will save far more people's lives, and this is because exposure to the elements. And so then you offer your justification. Then you say, and you can get it for free today because of X. Okay, so that's going to be for that one.